Hello everybody, Team World Tech here, back with another deck profile. And before we get into the deck profile today, I want to tell you I'm still working on Melifo's Cosmo online duels. Don't worry, I'm going to get that for you before next week. So you can expect that by Saturday or Sunday. So now we got that out of the way, let's get into the deck profile. First things first. 3 copies of Altair. And keep in mind, this is budget Satellarknight. This is without card demise. So, yeah, you're going to be playing affordable cards in this version of the deck. You have 3 copies of Altair, triple Deneb, triple Yokai, and 1 Vega. These are usually the 10 Satellarknights you want to play in the deck. 3, 3, 3, 1. It's usually the best ratio to go with. Just in case you guys didn't know, Deneb is the Strauss of the deck, Yukahai is the Foolish Burial of the deck, and Altair is the Call the Haunted of the deck. And Vega special summons from hand, so it's good for overextending. And now we're playing a little artifact engine here too. 1 Moral Tech, 2 Scythe. Engine's amazing. These guys are just amazing in the deck. So good. Being able to use these guys in order to lock out your opponent's plays from the extra deck. Moral Tech here because he's just awesome overall. But yeah, they're just so good. And I'll probably be able to get some test duels with Satellarknight artifacts at some point. With this deck list I'm showcasing you guys. Next you run 1 Rhoda because coincidence. 1 Upstart Goblin, triple, Power of Duality. Gotta run that triple pot. And 3 Satellarknight Skybridge. This is the most broken quick play spell you can possibly play in the deck. You cannot live without me. This card is broken with Satellarknight Yukahai. If you guys look back to my channel, you'll see that I did a 2-card combo that allows you to start with Trigger automatically without having to waste any resources at all. So it just goes very well together when everything gets put together. Now for traps, triple Sanctum obviously because Sanctum 2 broke. Triple Call of the Haunted, and triple Oasis of the Dragon Souls. Back to the Front is a good card, and it's pretty good overall, but I wouldn't play in this deck because you gotta play Call of the Haunted and Oasis in order to bounce them back to your hand and continually have cards to bring back your monsters from the graveyard. You can also use these cards in order to bring back artifacts side from the graveyard multiple times in order to keep locking your opponent out of the extra deck, so that's something handy. 3 copies of Storming Mirror Force. This card is just too broke against Lynx in this new format. I understand that this card is horrible in a deck like Barrier Statue, but in a deck like Satellarknight, it's alright. Because this card basically does, during the battle phase, what Satellarknight Trigger already does to all these monsters. 1 Solemn Warning, because Solemn Warning 2 broke. Triple Satellarknight Alpha, and for the last trap card, triple Horn of Heaven. And I'm going to get into Horn of Heaven in a second. But before we can get to that, we have to reference this XYZ monster right here. Satellarknight Trigger. And we have to read his effect. So let me borrow a copy of him for reading. During the turn you exceed summon this card, you cannot special summon other monsters except Satellarknight monsters. That's not going to be a problem now because you only have that 1 slot. If this card is exceed summoned, return all other cards of the field to the hand. Obviously a broken effect. If this card... no, I was reading the wrong part. I was rereading the wrong part. Once per turn, you can detach 1 exceed material from this card. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Shitty against Shaddolls. Awesome against basically everything else. If this card would at least one exceed material is sent to your graveyard, you can target one Satellarknight monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So what you can do with this guy, when you bring him out, you can Horn of Heaven him, clearing your extra deck slot, get his effect, bring back your Tellarknights from your graveyard because you're gonna bring back Alter, and that's gonna bring out Deneb, and one brings out many in this deck. So you get a free summon negation, a free summon, and the ability to clear your extra deck slot. And Satellarknight Alpha works the same way, thus making Alpha too broke in this deck for a new format. Both of these cards are broke in the deck. Very good cards. This is a very good card to pick up, especially if you're trying to play this deck on a budget level. If you're playing the Demise version, you could cut it down to like 2 or 1, but even then you still have to have this card because it's just so broken the deck. So back to this guy, Triple Satellarknight Tripper. In the Demise version, I cut him down to 2, but in the pure version, you can run 3.
That was good, yo.
3 Dark Tellarknight Balamaeus, because Dark Tellarknight Balamaeus allows you to 2-card Tripper. 2 copies of Deltros, because he's just really good with summoning Tellarknights straight from your deck. It's just really good overall. So, double Deltros. 1 Kinsella Diamond. He says, "Eat my ass" to all dark decks. This guy is overpowered. And he says, I'm kind of against this, but at the same time for it, eat my ass to lights 1. You gotta play that 1 Diamond Dire because it's basically Castell in Link format now. This guy's broke. Gotta play your Utopia package. I mean, cause why not? And you can play these and M7. Just because you have artifacts in here. And you can access these guys super easily. So that about rounds up the extra deck. Now for the side deck, which is obviously, as you guys already know, my most favorite part of every deck profile. Because now this is where the most innovation comes in for me. 3 Prohibition. This card's broken this deck. Because you get to return Prohibition to your hand, and if you feel you need to call a different card name now, you can do that. Thus, this card is always live in the deck. 2 Tellarknight Genesis, because you can pop your artifacts with this card. Thus, it's an easy 2 of in the side deck. Normally, you wouldn't run this card in the Tellarknight deck, but in the new format, you're going to need to search. Triple Mistake. Mistake 2 broke. Your opponent made the mistake of going against a Floodgate deck. Triple Imperial Iron Wall. Triple Anti-Spell. And 1 Imperial Order to round it off. And I have to show you fucking Imperial Order over here because I'm too lazy to buy a new Imperial Order. And yeah. So that just about rounds up my Satellarknight budget deck profile. I'll be posting the Demise version later on today, since I have to borrow my card Demises off a barrier statue for a second. So yeah, you guys will be able to see that later on today. So overall, tell me what you think of the deck profile. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What can I do to make it better for you guys? What changes would you make to the deck? How would you build it? Team Ortex signing out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Oh my god, I want to see that.